We're going to talk about the second uh, purification of the mind after yajna. We have understood the yajna is all about connecting yourself emotionally and mentally with awareness. Animals do not connect the way we can connect. We are self conscious beings. We have an intellect, we have a choice. Animals do not have a choice. So, because we have a choice, we should connect and contribute and celebrate. Why we should contribute? There is a question, why should I contribute? When we are not contributing, we are committing a sin. Do animals commit a sin? No, they don't think. Your pet doesn't think, oh, look at this human being. He's not giving me the food. We can think. So that thinking makes me aware of the entire world outside, and by which we think and we say, yes, that was the first, and I have discussed in detail. You start applying that yajna in your daily life to bring about a change in your behavior and attitude. And if you are applying your anxiety, your duality, your conflict, you will see start getting reduced and minimized. Come back to now the second purification of the mind. That is what the cultivating the selfless giving. Instead of givingness, instead of possessiveness, we should have an attitude at the mental and the emotional level of givingness. It has a transformative power, the art of givingness. We will talk about it, what to give, how to give, what should be our attitude. In a very uh, general way, we say it is the charity, but we will go deeper what our masters have taught us, that what exactly is this charity. So that is the second purity, second factor, second practice which purifies the mind. Why to purify the mind? Do you remember vasana, the past impressions, psychological tendencies, then sankalpa, vikalpa, then perception with the likes and dislikes, then attachment and aversion, then desire, six enemies. And those six enemies results into impure states of the mind. What are those impure states of the mind? Money mind, monkey mind, sad. You wake up in the morning, you had 8 hours of the sleep, and still you are sad. You are into anxiety. It is because of the entire chain reaction. Stressed mind, likes and dislikes mind, rationalized mind, angry mind, depressed mind, and many more. So that is what we encounter almost every day in our life. I'm upset. Don't talk to me. Give me a space. Oh, we have already given you a space. There is a space all around you. Why don't you recognize it? Normally we say we have a we Americans have a typical phrase. Give me a space. Oh, you already have a space around you, but you cannot say it otherwise. So you see that we have to, and so it results into cycle of pain pleasure. So this is second out of the six purification practices. So what exactly my master used to say, who gives remains pure. continues to exist. If you want to continue to exist in the world, keep keep sharing, keep giving. I learned from more than 50 masters. One of my master definitely who got me initiated into this journey, but who gives? And all the 50 masters were ready to give. So the same attitude, the more you give, the more you get. In the yajna, we have understood all the devas. Last week, I defined devas, individual self, real self, and the supreme consciousness. So all the devas gives life. I'm sleeping, and the air gives me. Please continue to breathe. At least I promise you that you will remain alive the next day. That is why we are meeting today. Don't get worried. One day. So you see that. So the that givingness is always there in the world outside. Animal cannot recognize it. We are a self-conscious being. We think and we don't give. Our attitude is of possessiveness instead of a givingness. And that possessiveness, that attitude of the possessiveness causes lot of impurities. Lot of impurities in our mind. So this principle says I should have an attitude of giving, not possessiveness. When I have an attitude of givingness, you will discover that you get out of the fear of the death. How? What is the process? We will understand slowly. It results into the calmness, peace, joy, happiness, truth, and wisdom. So you see how our masters have examined the clumsiness outside. Oh, namaste, you are very good. So I am also good. But inside, what is going on? That attitude of possessiveness is destroying us all the time. Two things works in charity. You can use the word charity, or we say dana. Attitude, mental attitude, and the action. Attitude and the mind, feeling and emotion, and action. Action means offering what you can offer. Now, I don't have enough money. That's why I'm paying you so little. Very good. So we will talk about it is not giving only of the money. Action means that offering, translate the reaction into behavior and positive action. It results into purity of the mind and calmness. So understand what you can give. Food, yes. Money, yes. Clothes, yes. But these are at the very primary level of givingness. What I can give the positive emotion. I can give the kindness. I can give the empathy. I can give the knowledge. In our tradition, we say the giving of the knowledge is the greatest charity, the greatest donation that you can give to others is the knowledge. Knowledge means the wisdom about the life, how to live your life. The other food and other stuff comes into secondary at a very lower place. Even the animal, hyenas and the wild dogs, when they catch a prey, so one part they eat for themselves, and the other part they save in their mouth for their cups. That is the tendency. So we take it as a very lower level. It is important. It is important, but at least we categorize that kind of a charity at a lower level. So that is how, when I give my emotion, my empathy, my knowledge, my understanding about the life to the others, the greatest charity. Second point, I should give any of these things with a sense of gratitude. I have given you so much and you are not appreciating me. That is not charity. That is not charity. And this attitude is very much prevalent in our relationship with the near and the dear ones. That is one of the major cause of conflict in our relationship. Think, think. I have given you so much. The focus should be on the attitude and the intention behind giving rather than the amount or the service we offer to the others. So with that attitude, what is that attitude? Now the master goes on explaining that did you have a bank account at the time of your birth? Did you have the clothes on your body at the time of the birth? No. Did you have the car at the time of the birth? No. We were born naked. So it means everything that I possess comes from the existence. So why I'm offering something, what is should be the inner attitude inside? That this object which I'm offering to you, or the knowledge, it has come from the traditional wisdom. I always repeat it. So the object that I'm going to offer, I should think mentally it has come from the existence to me to use it, and now I'm offering to the same existence. When you are offering to someone, even if you are offering $1, that attitude is going to change you. And that is going to purify the mind. Did you understand? Any object, anything that I possess now belongs to the existence. This computer belongs to the computer, not to me. Do I have that understanding, that perception? Yes. If I have that, oh, it has come from the existence. And I'm offering my services to the same existence in the name and the form of the people who are present here. You see, we are changing the attitude inside. We are changing the attitude inside. I have seen here also, lot of people have lot of stuff. They bought it, they have not used it, it is lying idle in the garage. Lot of stuff. We don't want to leave it. Today you must look at no, not tomorrow, today, it will be late. Tomorrow you look into the garage, what are the stuff that is extra that you have not been using? They might be very new. And change your attitude and give it. Empty your garage. Clean it. I know everyone's garage is full of those stuffs. Oh, Charlie says, no, that's really good. So it's always good idea. It changes my consciousness, mental state inside. When I get rid of what I'm not using and it should be used for somebody else. Whatever the way you use it, it is okay. So we have to engage in that sense of dana or the charity, physical level, emotional level, mental level, intellectual level. So the intellectual level is considered the charity, greatest charity. And then at the physical level, it comes down to the lower level. But yes, it is still important. So here, the dana emphasizes givingness without expectation. I can tell you, here honey says, "Oh, can I get a cup of tea?" Don't you see that I'm busy? Why don't you get up and prepare yourself? So you have lost an opportunity of charity. Oh yes, honey, I'll just let me finish this work and I'll give you. I'm opening up your attitude. So you will see, now you become aware, oh, this is a givingness, even a cup of tea. What happens to your mind? You were into reaction mode and now you are in a response mode. Purity of the mind. So the charity, our master says this charity focuses on the attitude and intention behind giving. Attitude and the intention behind giving is very important. If that intention is not clear, then we get upset. We have a lot of challenges in our life. It brings the purity of the heart if the intention is clear. If the intention is not clear, it results into clumsiness, it results into reaction. So you are accumulating those reactions subconsciously. So, see, the charity can be practiced by anyone regardless of their material circumstances. You see, that is why I categorize physical level, emotional level, mental level, intellectual level. I have other side of the relationship in New Jersey with the Quakers. Are you aware of the Quakers? And I didn't tell you because now she has gone. She died, and that's why I'm talking about. So she belonged to the Quakers, and I went to Philadelphia to give some lessons. And after then, I recognized that in that group, I don't know too much about the Quakers. In that group of 50 people, they were damn frustrated. So I was also having a financial difficulties, but I said I can come on every Saturday to talk to you. So I continued for about 5 to 6 months. It was an expenses of the petrol only, but I said no, no, let me give it. So then they developed a very good affection for me. That girl who met with an accident airlifted in Philadelphia hospital, she said, I just want to meet my dad only. And who is the dad? I was his dad. I was her dad. The givingness gives you something extraordinary. It changes your entire perspective of the life. And I reached there, I spent some time, and the next day she died. So this dana purifies, practice to purify the mind. Whether you give the good emotion, mental poise, and kindness, or at intellectual level, you give some knowledge, and at a lower level, the food, clothes, etc., of which we are already aware. So we don't have we your mind now cannot go there. No, no, I'm not so rich. I cannot donate like Bill Gates. No, you can donate much more than the Bill Gates at the emotional, mental, and at the intellectual level. So what happens when we constantly contemplate and reflect on the idea, on the understanding of givingness, we start recognizing our own attitude, which normally people do not realize outside. I could start recognizing my negative emotions. 80% of the negative emotions build up because of the possessiveness. You may believe it or not, but that is the fact. If you start applying it, you will recognize it. You have a sense of stiffness in the body, anger and hesitation. Deeper inside, you may be talking very softly outside. It doesn't make any difference because the impurity of the mind is already present. So the purpose of practicing this charity not only to purify the mind, cultivate the positive attitude, and aligns one actions with the universal principles. I come very near to the existence. What that means, I raise my level of awareness. There is a lack of awareness with reference to the world outside because of the possessiveness. This is the second uh, conventional practice to purify the mind. So our attitude, only the attitude is required. I should change my attitude inside. How? By thinking consciously. Am I using it? No. How long it has been lying in my house? Oh, 2 years. But I never used it. It's very new. I will use it in the future. How many things you are going to use in the future when you have not used it for 2 years? So that shows the sign of your possessiveness. So you break that barrier. So that is the attitude and intention of gratitude without any expectation. And then you see that how we can use. When I moved from Arizona, I had in a very small house which I rented there. I had two small ACs, window ACs. So I put it everything here, and then I said, why I put it? So the same thing, it has come from the existence, it let it go to the existence. Idea of that should be the understanding. That is what the charitable act. Never feel that you cannot give. Every individual has a lot to give. We never think about it. We never think about it. I don't want to talk to this guy. He always complains and blames about uh, depression and problems in his or her family. And he or she called you. Let us spend some time maintaining your awareness that you should not get the same stress. An attitude of giving anywhere, anytime. What happens? It overcomes your attachment. We overcome that sense of attachment and aversion. We reduce our ego. We don't struggle too much in our relationship with the near and the dear ones. Then you will recognize that why, because of that possessiveness, why I'm not getting an emotional and mental support from others. Because of that possessiveness. Think of this. That is an introductory part. We will go deeper into this uh, charity. And now is the time to do the practice. Close your eyes. Eyes are closed. And you can raise any time any objection to these principles which I'm passing to you. So, no need to keep anything, any doubt in your mind. I'll explain it openly, clearly in the, if to make you clearly understanding. So eyes are closed and you are being comfortable. You are being comfortable. Again, understand how to become comfortable. Place, position, and posture. That is the first thing. Then be comfortable. How you become comfortable? You look at the neck joint, be there, feel the sensation, comfort, and steadiness. Now move the mind on the shoulder joints. Be there, feel the sensation, comfort, and steadiness. Move the mind on the entire body. Feel the sensation, comfort, and steadiness. Basic fundamental purpose of being comfortable, that step is your mind should start looking within, inside you. You change the direction of the mind. You consciously observe your mind. Now your mind is engaged in the sensation, comfort, and stillness. Second point, you are looking inside the forehead. The reference point is the space. I told you last time, perhaps I discussed that issue, that concept. Traffic jam, but highway is always free. It is beneath all this traffic, vehicles. Same way the sky. Birds are flying in the sky, but the sky is always free, untouched. Same thing, there is a space in our mind inside the head which remains untouched, unpolluted. On the surface, you have the thoughts, feeling, and emotions. Thoughts, feeling, and emotions. Very good. There is no issue. Let the thought, feeling, and emotions, so you recognize they are coming and going on the surface level. That space remains untouched. That is the second step, is being carefree. You have to apply this metaphor here and now. If you don't apply, you will lag behind in this journey. Then, if there are thought, feeling, and emotions which are undesirable and unwelcome, why shouldn't I invite the thoughts and welcome those thoughts? And that is where comes the mantra. Sasatu ma sat gamaya, moving from the false to the real. And I have simplified this phrase that whenever you are upset, anxiety, duality, and a conflict, you are surrounded by the false. Can you instantly become aware and attentive? Raise the bar of your awareness and start looking. Start looking. Okay, start looking. This is the false. That is the problem. Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya. So, how to remove these falls? They enter into my life uninvited. I wake up in the morning and I'm sad, I'm anxious. It's a bad morning. Sun that did not do anything to you, but still it is a bad morning. Do you see the impurity of the mind? So tamasoma, because I should get the right knowledge how to deal with these thoughts, feeling, and emotions. That is, we have to move from ignorance to knowledge. Misconception that it is a bad morning, misconception that I am sad, wrong notion that I am stressed. All these are wrong notions. If you go to the doctor says you have a very deep depression, you will instantly believe it. And I am saying that your essential nature cannot be reversed. It is can never be made of depression and anxiety. You don't believe. And then because we have some doubts in the mind, that is why that reflection of this principle is not settled. So we purify the mind by another step, looking inside the forehead in the space. There you drop gently, shanto hum, mentally, emotionally. Mentally, and shantoham means I'm the peace. So every time you're saying shantoham, you're looking into the peace, shantoham into the peace, and then you start breathing quick and short breath through both the nostrils. So all the three goes together. You have stillness in the body, breathing into the rib cage, and shantoham inside the forehead. Three activities. You are fully aware. Why? To help the mind to absorb deeper within. Continue breathing. Do not stop in the middle. Who stops? It is your impure mind. It says, no, I want to continue maintaining my old habit. So that you find the resistance. How you deal with the resistance? By thinking in your mind, no, 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 it's an impure mind, so I will continue to do it. I will endure it. You know what is going to happen when you think in this way? The time will come. You have a joy of doing. You can even do it for 10 minutes. So we have to get rid of that resistance completely. And we are moving ahead. We are all our seekers. Continue breathing, please. And continue saying Shantoham. Maintain the stillness in the body. Today you are checking your level of endurance, but intellect should come here. When the mind resists, your breathing stops. First you think, oh, I have to gain an endurance level. It is the craziness of the mind. It doesn't want to change. And you say this and you start doing the breathing again. But do not stop. Continue to drop Shanto hum deep inside the forehead in the space. Continue. Your mind might be thinking it is too long. That is the first trigger the mind wants you to follow. And then it will say it is too long, let me stop it. And there the intellect comes and it says, no, I will continue. Yes, there will be some changes, sudden experiences inside the head or inside all around the body. Oh, that's okay. You are in safe hands. We are doing everything consciously. Nothing is hidden. And now stop it. Stop this breathing. Allow the breath to be normal. And at the same time, move the mind all around the head and the neck as if your mind is touching the skin of the head and the neck. So you raise your consciousness goes up and you experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Moving the mind on the skin of the right arm from the shoulder to the fingertips, experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Move the mind on the left arm as if the mind is touching the skin of the left arm from the shoulder to the fingertips, and you experience the sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Moving the mind on the middle portion of the body from the shoulder down to the waist in the front and the back, sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Moving the mind on the right leg from the right side of the waist to the toes, tiny calf, ankle, heel, sole, toes. And experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Moving the mind on the left leg, sensation, relaxation, and stillness. The entire body, from the top of the head to the toes, experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Now, look at the breath. You start breathing gently but deep, silent, and slow. Deep, silent, slow breath in and out. When you inhale, sing mentally, Shantu, hum mentally without moving the lips and the tongue. We are engaging the mind inside with a deep, silent, and slow breath. So every time during inhalation and exhalation, you are singing. So emotion comes here. And while singing, you keep looking into the infinite space with Shantuham. Because you are doing it mentally, definitely you can do it with the breath going in, with the breath coming out. When you forget, your mind is distracted. Intellect should remind you and keep on. Continue. Can doing nothing, remain as you are. Mm. Shanti, shanti, shanti. Om Shanti, shanti, shanti. Om Shanti, shanti, shanti. Do nothing, remain as you are. Bring your mind on the right hand, your mind on the left hand. Left, lift your both the palms, place it on your eyes. Open the eyes inside the palms. Know your experiences at this moment and bring the hands down. We'll share our experiences now. How are you, Sophie?
I am good, Girish. Thank you so much. I My mind was kind of getting absent. Then I
Oh,
had to get back.
yeah. Yeah, absent means it was somewhere else
Yes,
instead of in the practice. And that is where it triggers the mind and results into impurity because we lack awareness. And
yes.
you brought it back. That is a good thing. That is a progress. How are you, Chai?
good, Girish. I felt like everything was slowing down.
Good.
That's what it felt like. And I was kind of joking when you talked about the garage. The only reason that my garage is exactly how you described is that's where we had our fire. And when it was rebuilt, you talked about this before, and I thought, okay, I'm only keeping what I need, and I gave everything else away. So if we hadn't have had a fire, it would have just have been as cluttered as ever.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we can avert this. We can stop this
Yes,
because that everything is happening in the mind.
right.
Beautifully said. Very good, Charlie. How are you, Anne? You have to unmute it. I muted.
Yes. All right. Yeah, I feel very peaceful.
Very
And
good.
I didn't fall asleep.
Very good.
I think so. I mean,
Why you think so? You didn't fall
no,
asleep.
I did not.
You cannot think in deep sleep.
No, I didn't fall asleep.
Very good. That's very good. How are you, John?
Hey, Girish, well, I did fall asleep. So, I just dozed off a couple of times and then quickly come back.
Quickly came back. Yes. So yes, that too is good. You quickly came back. So if you do the practice regularly and one day resolve into your mind, so I will repeat this practice 5 times, mind while you are falling into sleep. So every time you raise your level of awareness then your mind has already learnt it, that how to remain without sleeping. That is another way to do it. How are you, Mead?
I feel quiet and something about safety.
Yeah.
Feel
Yeah.
safe.
Yeah. Yes, I think you discussed every time a kind of safety and security. There is no security in the world outside. You have billions of dollars, you have a big mansion, you have 100 pairs of clothes. It is not going to bring any kind of security. So the fear, anxiety, it lives in the mind and it pertains to some kind of attachment or possessiveness. If I lose something, okay, you are going to lose, but anyway. So that idea of a safety means the mind is absorbed inside into that pure consciousness which we discussed in the last session. What exactly is the real self? That real self is permanently secure. When we have any kind of reflection, we feel that. Very good. That is all for today.
I have a question, Girish.
Yes, okay.
So last time you said there were four things when you were talking of the model, right? There was the individual self, the real self, pure consciousness, and then God. Is that what it is? Yes.
Deva.
The devas. Okay. So, but if real self is consciousness, what is the difference between real self and pure consciousness?
Yes, pure consciousness is a supreme consciousness, you can say. Supreme, what is the difference between the space inside your house and the space outside? So the space outside, that includes the space inside your house also. That is what the pure consciousness is.
Okay.
And the real self. So real self is limited by this body-mind complex. That is why we say it is a real self. So when we liberate ourselves from that body-mind complex, even while living into the body, that is known as awakening.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, that is all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Namaste.
Oh, thank you.